Hot Facts with Robert Reese here, people. Going to give you guys some quick tips about delivering on Super Bowl Sunday. First is start as early as possible. A lot of people barbecue, okay? So they're going to need their stuff early. What's going to happen is, for us in California, it's like 3 o'clock, 3:30 p.m. there, okay? Make sure you start early so you can get them the food to put on their grill. Wear your favorite sports team hat. Make a comment, short conversation, who you think's going to win, things like that. Also, if you are doing grocery deliveries, make sure you are up early also. Now, you want to make sure if you are doing the food deliveries to also make sure that you are up early, okay? People are going to be getting their food so that they don't have to order during the Super Bowl because they will be watching it. Maybe halftime, but that's it. And don't forget your equipment. People told you guys we got 2 orders. I got to put this one in the back of the trunk. Got 2 of them. Got a lot of paste picante sauce. I got a lot of other things sitting right there, but they're going to be making food. I said, get out here early. They got to watch the Super Bowl. They don't want to be there and the food is getting there while the whole family there. You got to get there early so they can make the stuff. Some of the food you got to make for like 3 hours, y'all. You got to know that. But let me go ahead and get to work. Get here early. Hot Facts with Robert Reese. Let's pick this up. It's a leave at door. It's a grocery order. They ordered, there's about 9 bags of salsa, like 4 bags of big Doritos chips, 2 big bags of tortilla chips. We got a thing of water and some Capri Suns. Those are going all in the cooler for today. I got a question for you. I'm a Raider fan, so I got to keep it close to the AFC West now. Even though we ain't there. Now, you yourself, do you think it's going to be both teams scoring 30s? No, but do you think the scores, as far as, do you think it's going to be a high-scoring game or a low-scoring game? Okay, so are you saying high like Raiders against the Buccaneers when it was 52-25? Are you talking about high like that?
45. Sit back, relax.
45-3. Oh! And you got the Hurts jersey on. Hey man, I gotta give you some respect. You ain't faltered at all. Have a great one.
Thank you for tuning in. Hot Facts. Robert Reese.
Good morning. Detergent and cereal. Got you covered right here.
Especially as a rookie for me, I was like, man, I would do anything for this guy. And I think if you talk to players that were coached by Andy Reid in Philadelphia, they would say the same thing. Anybody that's ever coached for him or with him in Kansas City would say, you know what? This is the kind of guy that I trust, that has my back. And whatever he asks me to do, I'm going to do it full on because I love this guy. And I feel like he loves me as well.
Morning, man. How's it going? Picking up the Uber Eats order for let me go back and double check. Yeah, it's for Audrey. Not I said Aubrey on accident. It's Audrey with a D. How's it going? Doing all right. Super Bowl Sunday. You about to go get some good stuff in. You got the toys out right now. Yeah, you trying. I got this for Audrey. And just let me go ahead and get it. It's one of our number 1 rivals, but you gotta root for the AFC West, and that's what I'm doing too. I dropped off earlier, and the Eagles fans said, because I said, do you think it's going to be a high-scoring game? I think it's going to be in like the 30s each, right? And then I said, you might see Mahomes throw a left-handed pass in the Super Bowl. You might see that crap.
And the thing is also, Mahomes is a real fucking humble talent.
Yeah.
And I do love that about him. He's not no fucking crazy.
Right.
Police, he's just like that whole combination.
It's nice.
It's like fuck, and they're so young that I'm like.
But Andy Reid is so good.
These motherfuckers are gonna be the next Patriots.
As long as Andy Reid, as long as they allow him to let him. If they don't want him to coach anymore, give him the charge to run everything, because I'll tell you this. when you watch Andy Reid, you never know what you're going to see on the field, and that's what throws him off. Now the Eagles fan said he thinks 45-3 Eagles. I said, what? Against an Andy Reid team? There's no way, right?
There's no fucking way.
There's no way. Us Raiders know. Have a good one. This lady right here is picking up 2 Uber Eats orders or 2 Walmart Spark. She said, can you put one in the back seat and one in the trunk for me? This is not what we need. We got to help each other out. Super Bowl Sunday, people. Don't try to say you ain't making no money. Get out there and help a little bit. They're playing Benny and the Jets. They're getting it cracking right here. Let's get them their stuff right there. I got you right here. Here you go.
You need to see the ID or no?
Oh no, you're okay. Yep. The grocery store at Walmart is extremely busy today. So when you get here to check in, it's not checking you in. You have to get up, walk up there, show them your number, have them manually check you in, and then check it again. And then that's how you did it. My last order took forever. But learn from the mistakes, figure out what's going on with the app, and go get it. Let's go do this one. This one's like $10 and no, it's $12 and like 6 cents, $12.06, okay, for 0.8 miles. Let's wait for this one to go drop it off. Moving on 205, here you guys go. Can't forget the lemons. All right, people, we got a pizza order this morning. Uber Eats, let's get it. Good morning. Got the Uber Eats order for Alexa. Uber Eats order for Alexa. She's got the 2 pastas and the meat lovers. All right, 2 things of pasta, meat lovers, and some breadsticks. Let's go ahead and get this pizza out. Hello. Picking up the Uber order for Carmina. Okay.
Hey.
Kia Car Pros. What's up, man? Dropping this off for Carmina? Yep.
Okay, yeah, we can do it right there.
Oh, yes. Raider Nation in the house. I got it. Hey, look, I'm going for the AFC West just because we got to keep it close in our division. And make sure Carmina gets this here. So all the Uber Eats drivers have been turning their orders down. I'm coming and picking them up. She just said, you're going to have to call Uber Eats. I said, nope. Is there a job coach available? And they're going in to get the job coach so I can get this order. People know the important people at Walmart. Ask for the job coach. They have 3 of them here. So that last order, they contacted the customer canceled, but luckily my props for the 2 still kicks in. Just drove out of that lane. I'm still in the parking lot of the Walmart right here, but I have a juice it up right here, $6, 2.1 miles. Let's go drop this off. All right now. And Capriati's right next door. $8.87 for 1.3. Let's do it. Hello, picking up the Uber Eats order for Alex. Okay, thank you. Capriati's is 3 doors down, past Wingstop, nail salon. This Capriati's right here. Hello, staff. Here we go right here. Waiting on my order of Capriati's. They gave me a free drink. They say I always come in. I'm walking out the Capriati store, and the owner said he's real cool. Every time he comes in here, he's very, very nice. Treat him right. Yes, sir. don't want to see a 7-5 game.
Yeah, no.
I don't want to see a 7-5 game.
No, bro, I know.
But I think, I think they're going to score in the 30s, both teams. But something in me says it might be like one of those weird games, like the kicker is winning the game, and he kicks like 7 field goals.
I know. I know my friend though. He got 4 and 5, and then 4 and 0.
Ooh! He's gonna make some, man.
Yeah, dude,
have a good one, man. Hello, I have you right here, Miss Melissa, and the rookie is on the inside for you. Okay, you have a great one. Just dropped that order off. Got this Carl's Jr., aka Hardy's, $9 for 1.5 miles. Let's go pick it up.
Robert Reed.
Hello.
Robert Reed.
Picking up the Uber Eats order for Rosa. All right, man. Thanks. The camera says you are being recorded. I got your grub right here, you guys. I'm gonna place it right here on this shelf right here. I'm gonna take a quick picture, and then you are gonna be on your merry way. People, we are done. The first shift is over. Hopefully you guys see. Use these things and get tips. I got a tip alert and some other stuff, and it's been great. See you guys later. Thank you for watching. Let's go AFC. They just gave me another one. $9.60 for 2 miles. I'm gonna take this one. Now this is the last one. Let's go get it. How's it going, man? Picking up the Uber Eats 625? Yep.
Hot.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Hot Facts with Robert Reed. You guys are like, what happened? What happened? How come he ain't been doing lives, people? I've been putting up on my story. I've been putting up on the community post. I've been putting my shorts up, and I've been putting videos up. Hot Facts has been doing its thing, but I've been sitting back and watching a few things. We have such a great show today. I met someone that has a very, very great channel. I'm going to showcase the video today. Going to put up the link there today. Going to put up the link there tonight, I would say. It's going to be good. As you guys heard, I said the Super Bowl is going to be in the 30s. Right now, it is 35-35 with 5 minutes and 15 seconds left in the game. People, I play fantasy. I do these things. I know a game when I see it. We got a great show today. We're going to see what's up with drivers, why drivers feel certain ways. We're going to see Snoop Dogg go off on the driver. We're going to bring this up. It happened a little while back, but it's relevant right now. We're going to go ahead and get into some comments. We got a lot of great comments. I was able to watch Mr. Flex for the past couple of days in the morning time, and he was saying, well, they want to get recognition, and how come no one's giving them their recognition? We don't give it to you and all this whoop, whoop, whoop. Well, let me tell you what recognition is when you're dealing with social media. Recognition is your views, okay, and subscribers or followers. That is your recognition. So I am recognized. Thank you. You got to do at least 3.5 more times than that to be recognized on the same level. We're going to leave that alone. We're going to get into the next thing that you went ahead and said. And you said that, and this is what I don't want people to put a bad light on anyone's channel, okay? Someone is spreading rumors that I said that your comments don't get highlighted here unless you pay. That is definitely not true. I go on channels nonstop all day, every day. And whenever someone does a super chat, no matter what happens, the show stops and they read that super chat. That's all I was saying right there. Everything else I put up there also. But when someone super chats, you are supposed to be paying attention and realize that they gave something extra. You stop what you're doing and you recognize the super chat. That's what you were supposed to be doing. So let's go ahead and just clear that up right there before we start this show. Did not want any of that to be going on and for any of you guys to believe that, because I've said it in over like 45 different live shows. So I just got to clean up with someone that's trying to sprinkle on my show to make people think that you can't even talk or come on the show and type anything. That will make people not want to come over here. And so we have to clear that up from the jump, okay? That stuff don't happen over here. Now, I have a super great video right now. Dasher Ben. And you know what? I'm going to switch the banner right now. My fault, TFT. That's my fault, TFT. TFT, that's my fault. I'm going to put the link up right now because we're going to watch Dasher Ben's video. And I'm going to get into why we're going to watch Dasher Ben's video. We're going to get into a comment that Dasher Ben made to a video that I did. And I'm going to read the comment from my YouTube studio right now. Okay. Here it is. Dasher Ben wrote me this 4 hours ago. And it's on my No Tip, No Trip is Dead recap. He writes, end quote. Okay, I'm going to quote this. The amount of blatant lying about Bentley out there and the uncritical support of Trader is mind-boggling. How does this not have more views? He's speaking on my video. I will tell you how that video doesn't have more views is because of what I preach and what I said when I came in is actually happening. I came in against what they were actually doing, and we have a group of people out there that try to suppress, but they could not suppress you. I went ahead and checked out Driver Ben. He's got 400 and something subs. His channel has been up since 2022, so he has a pretty good following of all actuals. And I'm going to showcase his video because he actually breaks down several people who are in the gig world, who are the top people that do the things. He even brings in how Dashing Trader came in. This is his reaction of what is going on. Then he's going to give exactly what he feels is happening and why it should not. This is someone that came out of the woodworks. Okay? I'm going to drop the link right now. I'm going to play the video, but I'm going to drop the link right now. I'm going to drop the link right now because I told him that I'm going on 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time so he can watch his video being played. People, we are also on the road to 11,000 subs right now. Okay. We are at 10,989. Because we're on the road to 11,000, the trolls are taking themselves out of the race. And I love it. So I can have all of mine be non-trollish. So we are now 11 subs away from 11,000 subscribers here on HotFacts. So we are actually doing that today also. But I'm going to play Dasher Ben right now and let you guys get a taste of what other people out there feel about the gig world. And if you feel you are in any part of what he's going to say, chances are you are. We all are. But you will know exactly where you fall in. Let's watch this. We are on the road to 11,000 subs.
All right, man, you got me my chicken Sammys. What's that you're doing with your hand, bro? You got cramps or something?
Where's my tip?
Do what?
I said, where is my tip? You know, man, as in TIP, as in to ensure promptness.
Oh, yes. Well, dude, I'm sorry. This order cost me like $50, and that was like before all the delivery fees.
What do I look like, fool, Mother Teresa? I just drove 50 miles for your chicken Sammys. I'm running my car into the ground.
It's literally half a mile from here, man.
All four of my brand new tires are flat now. Your broke little britches can afford to use the service, but you can't afford to leave me a tip.
Well, I'm sorry, man. That ain't my problem. Your job is
No, man, check this out. Check this out. Look at this. No bullcrap. Look at this. Look how much DoorDash be paying me for that order. $2.25. $2.25. You understand me? That means 2 green Georgies and 1 silver Georgie. That ain't enough to start my car.
Calm down, bro. This is Texas, not California. Gas is only $3.
Ah, so that's how we playing?
Wait, what are you doing?
Ooh, spicy. My favorite.
Are you for real right now, dude?
That is scrumptious.
I tried to go the whole thing without stopping it. You guys saw how he went from dashing trader. He went from like Pedro to trader. Now he's on van. He's on DoorDash driver. He's on van, the guy that acts like he eats the food. He is actually doing him. This guy is great. Dasher Ben is great, people. Let's keep watching this. I'm going to rewind this part again. This dude is hilarious.
Spicy. My favorite.
Are you for real right now, dude?
That is scrumptious, man.
Bruh, you just ate my food over a tip?
It's all right. You'll get over it, brother. You don't deserve it anyway.
Later, clown. Hey, wait, man. What? You know what, man? You're absolutely right. I am so selfish. I really appreciate what you do. That was so stupid and inconsiderate of me not to tip. Here's a 20.
Dude, you shouldn't have, man. Oh.
Please forgive me. I won't ever not tip again.
Thank you so much, man. I hope you enjoy your food. Peace.
Well, lesson learned. I'm gonna be tipping from now on.
No tip, no trip. This phrase has been tossed around in the gig community for years and has recently been brought back to the forefront of discussion. Now, obviously what you just saw was staged, but it represents several true stories that many of us have heard about or seen on the news. One part of the story is not true. More on that later. Various DoorDash drivers, several of whom are content creators, have been hitting the news and going viral on social media for how they treat bad customers, whether in the form of eating their food for not tipping enough, confronting them for not tipping at all, or just bragging about not taking their orders. And honestly, it's putting us as gig drivers in a negative light. Now, as it stands, the bare bones phrase no tip, no trip is simply a catchy way to describe the business philosophy for food delivery drivers. The raw gist of it is the base pay on these orders is unreasonably low, and the customer tip has to make up for it in order for the order to be profitable for us. Hence, if I can see that there's no tip on the order, it's not worth spending the time and gas to accept and fulfill that order. Therefore, no tip on the order, I'm just going to decline. Now, the way these apps are designed, we as independent contractors have every right to accept or decline whichever orders we want, and as many as we want. Hence the idea of no tip, no trip as a mere business decision. However, as a movement, no tip, no trip has unfortunately morphed into an all-out crusade against consumers. The attitudes and behaviors often give customers the impression that Dashers think they are entitled to being tipped.
We deserve a tip for using our own cars to deliver to your doorstep, and you don't deserve your order if you don't leave a tip.
Now, do not misunderstand me. I do not pretend everybody within the no tip, no trip movement is like this, but some of the behaviors advocated in the movement I find downright reprehensible. From leaving the order on the bottom floor of the hotel to blatantly tampering with the customer's food just for not tipping, all when nobody forced you to take that order in the first place. And don't even dream of telling me that
Only non-tippers get mad.
the movement has grown to lump $1 and $2 tippers together with non-tippers because the tip isn't enough. We've already seen this before with a dasher leaving the order in a tree over a $1.50 tip, or a woman outright stealing the food because $8 wasn't enough. And the trend continues to this day. If you don't tip enough, you're fair game for this kind of treatment. Now, the part of the skit we saw earlier that wasn't true, the part where the customer was convinced to tip after his food was destroyed. There are various reasons why someone might not leave a tip, and that's a topic for another video, but you have to be a complete idiot to think that punishing people for not tipping is going to convince them to tip. You are only making non-tippers out of low tippers, or just chasing people off the platform altogether, when you could be using good customer service to convince some of the non-tippers and low tippers to leave a higher tip on their next order. I have seen numerous comments from customers who are infuriated with these entitled dashers, and honestly, I can't blame them. What I do not see is all the people saying,
"Oh, the dasher treated me like crap. I think I'll tip better."
all you are doing with this foolishness is chasing people off the platform. And if you think that's a good thing, you're a fool. Think of it like this. There's always going to be dashers out there willing to take no-tip orders for whatever reason. Maybe the order takes them to a better area. Maybe it's part of a stack. Maybe they want to get higher acceptance rate. Or maybe they're just plain dumb. But suppose all the no-tip customers just disappeared. What would be left for all the lowball takers to take? You guessed it, the better offers that you and I are taking. Shout out to Uber Lyft Phoenix. I think his view on no-tip orders is the most balanced I've seen.
I don't want to, promote the all of us should band together and, refuse to do these no-tip orders. I believe that we need those drivers that do the low. And I want those drivers out there to take those for whatever reason. I want those to be taken quickly because I'm going to decline it. When it's been raised all the way to $3.75, I'm still going to decline it. So I want it taken at $2.50. So it's gone, been done, not going to be offered to me. Somebody's got to do them, or they're going to keep on trying to figure out ways to manipulate us and screw us over and punish us.
The fact is, the trash orders are always going to exist. We can't win all of the customers over, and we certainly can't win over the gig companies. These orders are still making DoorDash money, which in turn leaves DoorDash running for our use. So as long as I'm not the one laying those bricks, who cares if those bricks exist? Just decline the trash and move on with your life. I cannot, for the life of me, understand all the griping about orders that no one is forcing you to take. You, as a self-employed individual, have a luxury that no W-2 employee enjoys, and that is the decline button. If you don't want to take an order for any reason, it's that easy to just get it off your screen and never see it again. Let someone else take it. Look, DoorDash is always hiring noobs. There will always be more and more dashers dumb enough to take those orders all day. The only thing you can do is let the dumb ones crash and educate the smarter ones. My focus is on finding business-minded dashers and helping them make smarter business decisions for their own success. And this losing battle against the customers is not a smart business decision for anybody. By making us all look like scumbuckets, you are chasing the fish away and you are shrinking the market share. You can pretend you're helping us all you want by teaching people to tip, but you and I both know you just want to go viral. So that's my take on no tip, no trip as a movement, but what are my thoughts on it as a business philosophy? In general, no tip, no trip is the formula to go by. Obviously, $2 for 5 miles is not going to make me a profit. That said, if you ask the average no tip, no trip advocate if they would take no tip orders if the app was paying them better, most of them would tell you yes. So here are a few scenarios that would be exceptions to no tip, no trip. First, those rare instances where the base pay is worth the mileage and the time. I'm not talking about $2.50 for half a mile. While that is a good dollar to mile ratio, that is not worth the time, considering restaurant wait times, traffic, etc. I'm talking about those rare instances where the base pay is actually raised high enough to make the trip worth it, or in some instances, the pay is high enough to begin with. For instance, I once had a retail order from GameStop that paid about $13 in DoorDash pay, no tip, 7 miles, good drop-off location. Now, if I were a strict no tip, no trip advocate and decline that order, what would I be accomplishing? Would that teach that miserable clown to tip next time when his keyboard controller adapter thingy showed up cold?
Yeah, that'll learn you to tip next time, Buster. Ha!
No. The only thing I've done is cheat myself out of a profitable order and given it to the next dasher. Another example, check out this Uber Eats order. Since this is an order and pay, the base pay is $6, meaning this order has no tip on it. Now, I normally would not take an order like this just because something better is probably right around the corner. But if it was slow and I received this, I'm taking it. Dollars to miles is worth it. Uber is willing to pay me a reasonable price in this case. I would have taken this if it were a DoorDash order. Who cares what the money is classified as?
But that's an order and pay. You gonna be waiting forever.
You guys need to come down to Texas and try Rosa's Cafe. They are faster than your Mustang. I once ordered $100 worth of food and I was in and out of that drive-thru in 5 minutes. Another example of a no-tip order that was worth the time and mileage was the catering order I showed in the New Year's Eve ride-along. DoorDash was willing to pay me $12 for 6.8 miles. Now, yes, the customer told me he was going to tip and I never saw it, which I do think is scummy, but I don't lose sleep over it. At the end of the day, his money went into my pocket and that's all that matters to me. Another scenario where a no-tip order may be worth taking is if it's part of a stacked order. Now, I know some people choose to unassign part of a stack if it's a no-tip order, and that is your personal decision. I pass no judgment. For me, I just don't see that as worth it in the long run. I already double my standards for stacked orders. I know the stack as a whole is going to be profitable. The tipping order is going to more than compensate for the no-tip order, whereas just to unassign it, to me, just sounds like it's out of spite for the customer rather than just a business decision. I prefer to save my unassigns for more dire emergencies. And on that note, if you're of the mindset that no tippers shouldn't get their food, then you shouldn't take stacks on Uber Eats. There's virtually no way to know until after you deliver, and even then, only if you're watching carefully how much each individual order tips, if at all. So accepting these Uber Eats stacks, you could be delivering to no-tip customers without even realizing it. Which brings me to my next scenario. If you're strictly no tip, no trip, then you shouldn't accept any orders on Uber Eats, or Instacart, or Spark for that matter, because on those apps, the customer can actually remove the tip after the fact. I do not agree with this policy, and I think it's horse crap that it's a reality, but the fact is, it's a reality. Every Uber, Instacart, or Spark order you accept, you are risking delivering to a tip-baiting clown. Doesn't normally happen for me, but it does occasionally, and it sucks, but it's something we live with. Another exception to no tip, no trip would be cash on delivery orders. Again, you don't know for sure whether the customer is going to leave a tip, but so far, in my experience, they usually do. People are used to tipping for pizza, and the cash on delivery program, to me, is well worth it for making extra money. A final exception scenario is some orders on Spark, Instacart, and Shipt. While not common, some orders on those platforms, again, actually pay well enough on their own without a customer tip. In fact, with certain orders on Spark and I believe Shipt, let me know in the comments, the customer doesn't even have an option to leave a tip. So are you going to seriously tell me that these customers don't deserve their order? Please tell me you're not eating all this. So in short, if the order is worth taking on the surface, go for it. And if you don't want to take the order, hit the decline button and forget you ever saw it. It's not complicated. Just do not harass the customers in any way. You're literally not helping anybody. And with all that said, if you agree with what I've been saying and you're also fed up with the drama going on out there, I'd like to invite you to my new Facebook group, Decline and Move On. I want to grow a community of business-minded gig drivers who want to
Hold up now. I want you to say this live. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you for catching my video that caught your attention. Thank you for that. Everything you said is exactly what Hot Facts and Team Hot Facts is all about. Thank you so much. But right then you went into the hashtag and the movement that you got going on. I want you to do that live without them. So go ahead, introduce yourself right now. They see it there, but introduce yourself now and then pick up from there, and then we'll go ahead and make this thing happen. Your mic on?
No. Now can you hear me? Sorry.
I got you now.
Okay, cool. Yes, first of all, thank you very much for inviting me on. Definitely an honor. I've started watching a few of your videos now. I think I saw you on Pedro's chat somewhere sometime. Is that right? Or maybe I just saw somebody.
Yes, he when I came in, I maybe had like 30 subscribers, and he saw one of my videos, and he brought me on for an interview. And that interview right now up on his is called the Great Debate. It's just now been taken over, but it was sitting as his #1 live all the way for about 10 months now. And it's got over 9,000 something views. And yeah, that's how that happened there.
Cool. I'll have to check that out. Yeah. But yeah, so introduce myself. Name's Benjamin. You can call me Dasher Benj. So yeah, started gig tubing a few months ago, but I've been doing DoorDash and Uber Eats full time for a little over a year now. After doing DoorDash 9 months for part time, and I've been following. I'm recently getting into more of the gig tubers, but I started with like DoorDash Diaries and more finance primarily. So yeah, I try to. Yeah, they really influenced me to see this as like because it is running our own business, to look at it from that model. And of course, before I was doing this, I worked at Chick-fil-A for 5 years, so I know my customer service. But yeah, as the video is about to play right there, I just now started this Facebook group, #DeclineAndMoveOn. I'm really fed up with the negativity in the GigTube space, and I want to be one of the voices that's attracting more of the business-minded crowd that realizes that this works if it's based on your own strategy and everything. It works if you make it work, and if it doesn't work for you, it's nobody to blame but you. Either you're in a market that doesn't work, or you just suck, plain and simple. But and I'm, especially with all the drama that's been going on and going viral and putting us all in a bad light recently, I believe there's people out there. I don't want the toxic people, really, in my community. I'll take support wherever I get it, but yeah, I had the idea because I've been in the Decline Now group and everything just to see what it's all about, and it's nothing but just it's so cutthroat. It's so DoorDash is trash. These customers are trash. Blah 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 blah. I think it's time a community comes together that wants to treat the customers correctly. Just decline whatever orders, and like Bentley was saying in Pedro's live stream, or in his own video or whatever, he can't tell you the last few orders he declined. He doesn't think about it.
I know. Oh, I don't mean to stop you. I know who you are now. I was watching. You were on there on the panel, right?
Yeah, I've been on Pedro's.
Were you on the panel when you said that recently? You said that I don't know why some of these people are here because they do not even use carrier bags or anything. Was that you?
Yeah.
The hot bags.
Yeah.
The hot bags. Yeah. That was you. You know what? I thought that you were so cool. Man, look, man. I went to DoorDash Revolution. I went to my camp and I said, did you guys hear the guy that was on Pedro's thing that broke it down all the way? When I saw you, I had questions instantly about that. Now, you said that Chick-fil-A, everyone knows that Chick-fil-A is like Disneyland. The customer service is what you are going to do. And the people that, now you said it's time to start treating the customers right. My whole thing on HotFacts is it's the drivers, the merchants, and the customers. There's a trinity there.
Right.
And the main thing that happens there is you have to deal with the human being, which is a person. And for everything that you are saying does not work, there is something that you are not doing to connect with the person. And that comes with you and how you interact with people. Maybe you were an introvert your whole life. maybe you just don't like people and that's what it is. But when you are doing a job where it's absolutely customer service based, you cannot take that part of the job out. And when I heard you speak, I was like, this dude knows exactly what he's talking about. And I applaud you because not a lot of people can get up there and say that, because people will bash them and say all this other stuff. But I applaud you for doing that. What gave you the courage to get up there and speak your mind like that? Because those were the hot facts.
Well, is it? I'm hearing an echo. Okay,
I got you.
It sounds better. Okay, I just I'm fed up with it. I mean, I am trying to get a little bit more courageous with it. I'm not I'm not gonna like call out Dashing Trader by name on Pedro's channel, but yeah, you could see in some of those chats that I have gotten some hate in the chats. I've gotten some love in there too. I mean, I've just kind of learned, it's kind of similar to how I view the miserable clowns, quote unquote, who will and there are some of them are, they'll lie about not receiving your food and whatnot. I've just and I'm still trying to get used to it a little bit, but I've just kind of accepted the fact that people are people. It's if you look at, you can, because I've debated on Facebook with a lot of like other things and everything, and people are just stubborn. You can redefine your position like 5 different ways, and they'll still lie about you. They'll still put words in your mouth and everything. They're just driven by emotion and everything. You can see it, like especially with like I was saying, how everybody just loves to lie about Bentley Coupe. How everything, almost everything. I don't agree with everything he says, of course, but almost the common criticisms he receives is based on emotion.
Well, let's go a little bit deeper into that, because I understand what you mean, but there are people out there who they actually may want to watch his videos, but birds of a feather flock together. So, and you were speaking about more finance and him and the business side and everything else like that. Just can you go a little bit deeper in, so that, and just act like you're teaching somebody out there why Bentley Coupe is not as bad as what people make him out to be.
Okay, yeah, and I don't want to be like known as like his spokesperson. Obviously, the criticism doesn't phase him. You can tell it, and he can talk for himself. He's obviously got his own mind. It's not like DoorDash tells him everything to say. He's recently critiqued the Earn by Time and the Diamond programs. He's got his own opinions. I mean, a little bit more pro DoorDash than I would like, but hey, it's his channel. He can do what he wants. He can have his own viewpoint and everything. Excuse me. But as far as that, even if really unscripted, but he taught me, like when I was starting DoorDash, and he was one of the first channels I found. So he taught me a lot of what I know today about how to get it started and everything, and his viewpoint, like seeing it as a business for your own, and taking responsibility, taking accountability, and sorry, come on, it's right on the tip of my tongue. But like the whole fight for tip transparency and everything, like right. And all this fight to get get what we want, as if DoorDash owes you the whole $50 an hour for you to sit on your butt watching Netflix, whereas Bentley, what makes him stand out to me, and among most other gig tubers, is you get what you put into it. This job is what you make it. Your own strategy, your own decisions affect how much money you make, and your overall perception of the job. But it just really irks me, because like I said, I debate a whole bunch of other kinds of topics online and everything, and I've seen so much just of people just lying and slandering, and emotionalism and putting words in people's mouth. And I'm a really objective guy. I can look at both sides of pretty much any argument and say, okay, that makes sense. Okay, that makes sense. Hey, he said that. He never said that. What he said was this, So
Right.
I don't want to see anybody lied about, not even my worst enemy, because that just if you got a valid criticism, then have at it. But you're just destroying your own credibility when you can tell blatant lies like, oh, Bentley Coupe tells you to take every order. Bentley Coupe promotes top dash, or anybody who's watched his videos knows that is a lie. Just because he's coming to DoorDash's defense so much doesn't mean. And again, just putting words in people's mouths, like even with his controversial video, and there was some crap in that video, I would say. But if people take this one little snip out of context, we're too concerned about the tip. Oh, he's telling you to take all the no-tip orders. He's telling you to take all the no-tip orders. No, he's not. He's telling you why they exist. And you can tell in the context of the video, he was talking more about not being as picky with the mileage, which is a valid point, I would say. And he did mention that there are times you can take a higher mileage order and still end up near another restaurant where you'll get another order. He does.
Right. I call that getting paid to go to where you really want to be anyway. You know what I mean? You're getting paid to drive to the area because you want to get there, but you don't want to drive there without getting the order. So if an order comes through that you're going to get paid to drive directly there, go ahead and take that order because you're getting paid to go to where you're going to go.
Exactly. Yeah, and Bentley does seem to he did seem in that video to ignore the very real times where there's many of these orders are actually taking you out to the middle of nowhere. And even in Pedro's live a couple weeks ago, he was saying about these $10 or $2 for 10-mile orders. He's like, I'm not seeing those orders. I'm like, are you kidding me? Even if they're not
where you are. It depends on where you are, because I do know those orders do exist. I have driven in other states to where I know where people, whenever I see someone that has longhorn cows out there, the closest place for them, and then, this is what people don't understand that.
Yeah.
You worked for Chick-fil-A for 5 years. Now, you understand that sometimes, and this is what Bentley is like trying to say, you can take those trips and it could take you to a place, but at the same time, you and the ability that you have when you interact with that person might come out the pocket, because the New York Post put up, I did an article here that 52% of Americans still tip in cash. So what people got to understand is you got to understand your market and where you are. You could be in a market to where it's blue collar, let's get down and work, and I'm going to give that person what his just due is. You could be in a place where it's a whole lot city slicking, where that stuff is not going on. But you got to know where you are to make that call. You can't hear somebody else say one thing and think that that's exactly where it is where you are, and that's how it has to be. And I think there's a gray area there where people are like, man, I think that we can switch up some things, but if we do, we're not going to get liked by a certain crowd. You don't even know who these people are.
Right.
You see what I mean? How do you feel about that?
Yeah. I haven't, I guess, again, I haven't seen a whole lot of your videos, but it seems like your idea is to take no-tip orders a little bit more often. Am I right about that?
No. See, here's the thing. It's not that, because no one knows if it's a tip or no tip. So I don't look at an order and say that there's a tip or no tip. I am the highest rated driver in my area. And I have a relationship with all of the merchants. If you watch my videos, you'll see me in all the merchants. I have a relationship. I'm a preferred driver in the places where I go. I'm a preferred driver with the customers. So I know that in my area, the orders that they're giving me, and I'm a diamond driver, and that's all I do, I'm only going to get the customers that are paired. Now, I specifically, I drive Uber Eats, I have Walmart Spark, I have DoorDash, but on Walmart, on Uber Eats, every place where I go into, I can just walk in there and my orders are ready just like that. McDonald's, when the doors are closed and locked, they let me in. You know what I mean? It's like that where I live. So I have built that reputation up, and the customers that I get a lot of repeat customers. Now, if a customer doesn't tip that one day, but they tip, if I go to that house sometimes because they have kids and everything, I might go to a house 2 or 3 times in one day because there's different people ordering inside that house. I know that if I don't get a tip one time, they just didn't have it that time. I make so much money off of this one house throughout the week. You see what I mean? I know that this house, I make this much money off of this one house. And I set it up like a paperboy route to where I know the streets, how many houses on the streets. I'm making money on these houses because I'm the preferred driver.
I'm curious, how big is your market?
Okay, so my market, if I'm in California, where are you?
I'm in West Texas. Oil country.
You're in West Texas. I've driven in the Dallas area. Okay, so I'm going to look at my market right now. It's different on DoorDash and it's different on Uber Eats. On Uber Eats, from Coachella to Palm Springs, everywhere in the desert where they say Temecula, Riverside, I am the whole desert area. So and Big Bear Lake is right here also. We have Big Bear and it's San Bernardino and Big Bear. So San Bernardino is the largest county in California. It goes from here all the way to Vegas. And all of that is part of Palm Springs and Coachella, which comes all the way down to where I am. And it's huge. It's huge. But on Uber Eats breaks it up to where it's all one area, but you have certain areas to where they say, well, you're going to get most of your orders here, but you can drive anywhere. Now on DoorDash, my zone is my whole city. The city I live in is my zone. The next city over is the next zone. The next city down below is the next zone. So it goes cities or zones here. Now, if I go a little bit further to where it'll be the boonies, where I don't drive, it just expands so much to where no one drives there. Everyone comes to where I am. So
and even
my city by itself is 9.8 miles squared. 9.8 miles squared.
Okay.
All directions is my city where I live, and on DoorDash you're stuck to. I think they extend it just a little bit to where you're like 10.5 miles out to where you go out, but you got to drive back in. And then outside of that, you got to log into the next city over there and get it in.
Okay. And even with all that, you've got kind of a paper route, so to speak, of customers?
Well, see, I typically just do, all right, here's how I do it. So early in the morning, right, I wake up and I take my kids to school. So I wake up and I start driving at if DoorDash is on early, I'll sign in at 3:30 a.m. to 5 a.m. Then I'll switch to my Uber Eats. I'll do Uber Eats to about 7, stop, take my kids to school, get done with that. Then I sign back on Uber Eats because I'm in the middle of 4 hotspots. So I do Uber Eats all the way until maybe 1, and then I stop, and then I come back at night later on when all the drivers are like, there's no drivers out, no one orders. I go drive when the other drivers say that there's no one else out there. So I go drive then.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
All right. So my area is, I live in Midland, and the zone is Midland, Odessa, but I haven't been to Odessa dashing yet. I just stay within Midland, which is about 120K population.
I know where Odessa is.
Oh yeah, cool. So I do get some repeat customers sometimes. I don't go out of my way to take no tip orders, unless I'm doing a challenge or whatnot. I don't like unassign them if they're on a stack or anything. But I have noticed the last couple of days that I've taken to familiar houses, but the point being, like, it's pretty large. Like there's
you're spread out.
It's really spread out, and you say like where Midland is at, so it's like it's got like restaurant zones like all around the edges, kind of, and there and there's a whole bunch of middle and nowhere neighborhoods. So a lot of good orders.
A certain way, you have to do it, and that's where learning your market is so key. See, and this is where people got to understand how you said. So you get the repeat customers, yes, because I have a city. You see what I mean? I'm the last city before the desert starts. So it's still city right here to where I have repeat customers. Boom, boom, boom. Now, if I was in the city Banning or Beaumont or one of those places like that, it's spread out. I would not go work there because the orders that I would receive, I wouldn't even do them. I would literally drive to where I am now to then work. You see what I mean? I would commute to work. How the regular person at a W-2 would have to commute to work, I would commute to work. You see what I mean?
Yep.
Yeah. Now, this is TFT. TFT is here. This is the deputy of Team HotFacts here. He said he had to get in on this.
You're just talking about sizes of your markets. Just there an example. I just did a quick little research here. My market consisted of 3 cities: Fresno, California, Clovis, California, and Sanger, California. I didn't look up Sanger, but it's not that big. It's maybe 30, 40 square miles. Fresno is 116 square miles. Clovis is another 89 square miles. All 3 of those cities consist of my zone for my market. Predominantly, I tend to work only really Fresno and Clovis. Sanger is kind of out there in the boonies somewhere, and there's not really a whole lot of orders that come out of there. And even though my market is that large, I get tons of repeat customers. I go literally to the same places 3-4 times a week, if not more.
Wow.
And every one of those houses are usually giving me 1 to 3 trips a day. And every one of those trips is usually anywhere from $8 to $25 minimum. With the exception outliers on occasion where I'll get large orders going to there because they're having a family event or something, and I'll end up getting like a $40 or $55 order out of it. And I'm not in what you call a super metro, but my city is predominantly an agriculture city. I got lots of orders that go to people out in the sticks where I live. Every one of them know they live so far out, they automatically throw a tip on there, regardless. Even if they didn't, I'd still take the order to them. Because, especially if it's a repeat customer kind of scenario. Because I am not going to forego a customer who orders either daily, 2-3 times a week, or whatever, just because they didn't tip one day. Because I know myself, I automatically throw a minimum of $5 to $10 tip on an order, just because I live out in the sticks, depending on how far away that restaurant is. If that restaurant's like 3 miles away, I'm going to throw $5 on it no matter what. If it's 5 to 10 miles away, 5 or 6 miles away, which is about the farthest DoorDash will let me order, it's like 6-7 miles, I automatically throw a $10 tip. And if they check all my boxes and do everything right, they get another 10 on top of it.
Okay, cool.
Now, I know I am an exception to the rule when it comes to these customers ordering, but that's just because I know what we drivers go through.
Right.
And I've gone as far as taking some of my cash tips on a semi-regular basis, not all the time, but like maybe 2-3 days out of the month, whatever restaurant I go to, I'll drop a 20 on the merchant staff and tell them, hey, divvy this up. I'll ask how many people's working, and I'll try and give $5 to everybody. You know, not because they earned it or because they're doing anything for me special. It's because I know what they go through.
Right.
Dealing with not only us, but the customers themselves.
Right.
Especially when they got to remake orders and you got a dasher inside the place going off on them for no reason.
Mm-hmm.
They don't even know why they got to remake the order. They are just making the food.
See, what was it?
What
was it? Yesterday, I got hit with an order going out to Sanger, California. Had to pick up from the restaurant there and drop off at a house. Total of like 13 miles. The order was like $25. I took it, got it. Something told me I called the restaurant. They said they already made the order. I'm still like 10 minutes away. I asked them, can you please remake that order? My customer does not deserve to have food that's been sitting around that long. Yeah, I said, hold on, let me talk to the manager. So, okay, we'll be back as soon as you get here. As soon as I got there, they remade that order. They even gave the customer the other order that had been sitting for a while. And I took it to the customer. And I told the customer exactly what I did and how I made sure they got it taken care of because they don't deserve cold food. That customer said, thank you. That customer even, as I was getting ready, motorcycles. As I was getting back into my truck loading my gear, that customer came back out and handed me a $20 bill. So thank you. No other dasher probably would have done that.
Nice.
Now, dasher
pin. I didn't do that for an additional tip.
Right.
You know, I did that because my customer deserves hot food. They deserve what they paid for.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm tired of hearing no-tip customers don't deserve their food. Okay, what the heck did they just pay for then? Right?
Ben, the floor is yours right now. Take it away because I was just about that. He went in coincidentally to where, and then you go. So go from right there, Ben. The floor is yours. The floor is yours about them hot food, and they didn't do nothing wrong. So from your opinion and how you feel, break us down on how you feel about all that stuff.
All right, yeah. So I definitely believe that the perception that we're given overall is going to directly affect the business that we receive, like how many people are going to continue to use these platforms, because all the stories, it's only the negative that hits the news, right? They only tipped $1.50, so I'm gonna leave it up in a tree, and I'm seeing it in comments all the time. Shake their soda, leave their food cold, throw their food, yada yada yada. Whether they're joking or not, the customer's not going to see it as a joke, and like we're saying right here, and I also just don't like seeing no-tip customers, all broad brushed, as if all of them are ungrateful, as if all of them, never tip, No, and I do want to do a video eventually, like on why people don't tip, like various reasons, various
I'm waiting on possibilities. I'm waiting on that. I like that.
Right.
I like the video. Yeah. I'm waiting on that one.
But here's
personally, I got to jump in on that right quick. Sorry for interrupting, but I'm a 40-year-old man. I'm of the mindset that you're supposed to tip based off the service you received. You don't tip beforehand. You don't tip the pizza guy before he gets to your house. You don't tip the waitress before she even takes your order. So it's like all of this, we must have a tip before we even drive to your house is bullshit in my opinion. And I'm sorry for cussing, but I got to say it that way because if not, it's not being truthful to me.
That's
so it's like with that mentality we all had, especially since COVID, where it was like everybody's stuck in their homes, so they're trying to pay out the vet to try and get their stuff to them as fast as possible. Yeah, that just unfortunately has led to the culture that we have now, the whole no tip, no trip crap, no this, no that, no, I ain't gonna move my car unless it's $10 a mile, or get off this service and go do it yourself.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm glad you said that, because yeah, that does get me. That does remind me, like like you said, and of course there is the whole debate. You know, does it mean is it to ensure promptness and everything? And it depends on what industry you're talking about, especially. And I'm doing another video where I'm like testing whether tipping beforehand actually affects the service and the speed of service. That'll be coming sometime. It's still ongoing. So the results are gonna fascinate you guys. But it's a narrative that these gig tubers are pushing out. Oh, if you don't tip, your food's just gonna sit there and get cold. Sometimes not. It's just not. It's not true across the spectrum. But yes, I'm glad what you said about tipping based on service, because if you're looking from the customer's perspective, why should I tip you beforehand when I have no earthly idea who you are, especially with the entry level? You could be some random crackhead off the street. I have no idea who you are. I have no idea what you're gonna be doing with my food. I can tip $5 and still get somebody not using their hot bag that they gave you for free. Like, are you literally too lazy to do that? Like, why I can. And you know, obviously nobody understands what we go through unless they're actually doing the job. But from the customer's perspective, I honestly cannot blame. I cannot blame somebody who would be hesitant. I'm thankful for those who are still willing to tip $10 up front. I don't blame anybody for being hesitant to tip up front with all this crap going viral. I'm gonna eat your food. I'm gonna eat your food if you don't tip me enough. You know, that's what it's come to now. It's not no tippers anymore.
I want to ask you about that. Let's dive into that because from the no tip, no trip thing, I'm on every single platform that there is, HotFacts and Robert Reese, and I see when Van and these guys put videos up on the other platform, and Van is notorious for acting like he's eating the food. And I love your video, how you switched into him. You went from trader to Van. I thought that, man, you had me, I almost peed on myself. Man. I thought that was hilarious right there. Let's speak about that, because I said, well, now you're getting mad because he put a video up on Instagram and it says that you only tip me $1. Here's what I do with your food. So now you're mad because you're not getting tipped enough. So let's go into that right there. I think that is the stupidest thing, because I've seen videos when someone said, well, it was a hidden tip. It was 50 cents, so it's all good. But now getting a tip, an extra $1 on what you were not going to get, that's not good enough. You go into that.
Yeah, and like Bentley was saying in his no tip, no trip video of his own, which I agree with almost everything he said in there. Is spot on right there. It's come to, you know, it's turned from no tip, no trip into low tip, no trip. And just imagine 10 years from now, after inflation, you know, Mr. Chow, as Bentley called him, is going to be eating $5 tippers orders. You know, and what I really hate about what I especially hate about this, you know, I love Pedro. I appreciate Pedro helping me to grow the way he has, but you know, him defending this Van guy. I've only seen like a couple of his videos. I try not to directly watch these creators' videos. I don't think they need more support than they already got. Sorry, noise.
Hold on. Let me hit the mute on TFT.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. But anyway, this I'm just gonna call him what Bentley calls him, Mr. Chow. Have you seen Bentley's latest video?
Well, yeah. Look, the same thing that happened to you happened to me. you know, they sent me to go on there, and I go on there, and then they hear my views, and then I see that when I was not on there, I see the content and how they were speaking about the people and everything, and I was like, that is definitely not how it is supposed to be.
Yeah.
At all. And I got upset, and they, the video that I called him out on, he had them go and watch that video. I got like 20 subs off that video or something like that. But once they saw that what I actually speak about is actually for the customers and the merchants, the drivers, we are going to do our thing because it's our business. That's where I was like, you know what? I can't. Once I saw, like you said, Van and all these other people doing these things, I said, oh, you guys accept that. I can't accept that because I have been working for myself for a long time, okay? My own business, from personal training to cooking and everything. There is no way in the world, if I know I'm a vendor, I treat it like you go in, you're a vendor, you're Pepsi, you're Coke. You got to check in. I treat it like that, and you got to do it like that. Once I saw that they don't do it like that, I said, I cannot sit up here and support that, because if I did, I would be contributing to what I get upset about every day. And I like it where I live because the merchants respect me. The employees respect me. We work as a team, and I love it. And I just can't go along with that stuff. They call me a renegade. They say I'm not supposed to be doing it like this, but it's to me, this is just standard business. And if you're not working for a corporation, the corporation is you. What if you do so well that they say, hey, we get these orders for this one person and it's for a business, but we don't sign up for this stuff. Would you like to go ahead and do these for us? Now you can start your own catering thing up because they like your business.
Yeah. And that goes back to what I was talking about, seeing it as a business and how everything you do and your overall perception affecting the industry as a whole. Because another yet another video in the works is seeing your DoorDash from a business model perspective. Every successful business you drive by on a daily basis, Best Buy, IHOP, Cracker Barrel, you name it, every single one of them got to where they are, not by complaining about their crap customers or their crap, business partners or the economy and everything. They sucked it up and made it happen. They found their way around obstacles, everything. But I like to think, imagine if Truett Cathy, founder of Chick-fil-A, went about his business back in the day by going to McDonald's customers and going, "What are you doing eating there? What are you doing eating that pink slime, you miserable clown?" Can you imagine?
Can you do that again? Can you do that again?
What are you eating that pink slime for, you miserable clown? Like, imagine if he had done that. Do you think you would know the name Chick-fil-A today? How would that reflect on him, his business, and the industry overall? Imagine him doing that. And don't get me wrong, I'm no Truett Cathy myself. He was like, win over the bad ones. I'm more, just being real with you. I'm more like Colonel Sanders, like I have a hard time not calling an SOB by his rightful name. Oh man, I got him rolling.
No, I'm back, man. I have to get out the seat. You got me cracking up. You are hilarious. Look, any of your videos that you were going to be putting up, we're going to make sure that we try to get you to the 1,000 sub mark. Any video
I appreciate it, man.
I'll go ahead and showcase them here.
I appreciate it, man.
You're hilarious.
You're gonna love what I got coming.
Because you said you said that you were gonna do a thing with tipping before, and since you worked for Chick-fil-A for 5 years, I want to see how you do it, because obviously you're going to go in there with the customer service from the customer end. So I want to see exactly how that works with you doing that, and then I want to check that out. And
yeah, you're gonna love
I gotta
it.
ask you this: I the part of Dashing Trader that you did. Now, me and Trader had some words. We ironed it out. I was letting them know that before that this was gonna happen. I said it out loud. We broke it down, and so we had a little bit of separation, but we ironed it out, shook hands, because he has a talent. I just didn't think it should have been used in that direction right there, and that was what my opinion was. Now, your opinion on the Dashing Trader thing, because I say this, it's like when you watch Law and Order SVU, there's always a copycat killer or someone else that's going to do what that other person did. So because of that, I'm asking you, like, when you first saw the things on TikTok and everything with Trader, what came through your head? How did you feel? And how quickly did you think other drivers are going to start doing that too?
Okay. Number one, I don't have TikTok. I've just heard that these things went viral on TikTok, and that's where a lot of the customers themselves are seeing it. As far as remind me, I'll get right back to Trader in just a second, but I was about to say with this van guy, he didn't even have the nuts to say it was a joke. He's if you look at his comments and the comments that he's putting hearts on and everything, he obviously wants customers to think that he's actually doing this. And to me, that's just blatantly obvious. Now, Pedro did point blank ask him in one of his lives a couple weeks ago, did you actually do this, or did you eat your own food? And he said, we recorded this video. He said it twice. He's like, we recorded this video live during our live stream. I'm like, okay, so now you're telling me to give you more views and watch time if I want to know. No, I'm not going to do that. So I can concede.
Do you have Instagram? Do you have Instagram?
I have Instagram. I'm not very active on it yet.
Just go type up. Just go look. Just go type up. Van has the same name over there. Yeah. He has over there the videos that he puts up on YouTube. It's like 10% of what he puts up over there. He does it way more over there, and he's monetized over there. He's monetized on Facebook, and
people are making a living doing this crap.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying there. So the Van thing irritated me. I did an interview with Van. It's my highest rated interview. I've interviewed maybe about 25 different content creators, and my interview with him is up there. But that was before I knew that this is what he does and this is what his MO is. You see what I mean?
And there are people who actually do it. Yeah. And like you were saying, when I'm seeing this and thinking, people are actually going to be copying, like you said about copycats, I'm like, there's a reason we're called influencers, especially with TikTok. How many trends have led to dangerous situations over the few years that TikTok has been up, and I'm not the guy who's like, blame the gun manufacturer, sue McDonald's if you're fat. I'm not like that. But that said, obviously you shouldn't be influencing people to do that kind of stuff. At the very, very, very least, I would think, at least put a disclaimer on your video. Hey, this isn't real. I'm just kidding around. He doesn't even do that. I did that in my video.
Like
you see some of my shorts.
Guns are props and things like that. Put disclaimers up, and put it up there. Now, get into Dashing Trader though, because I thought that was the funniest part of that video. I thought that was the funniest part when. Go ahead, man. Man.
Okay. Trader and I actually have a history. I don't know if he would even remember this, or know it was me. In the Decline Now group, he posted one of his videos. This was several months ago. It was one of his DoorDash driver beats the algorithm videos. So I couldn't tell you exactly which one it was, but if anybody wants to binge watch him and fact check me, he's got plenty of supporters. I'm not gonna go watch those. I was watching this video, and he literally took a stacked order, and one of the orders on the stacks was $4, meaning a $2 tip, and he blatantly said, this lady wants me to go to the third floor for a $2 tip. Hold on. I ain't doing that for a $2 tip. I'm leaving it in the lobby, and you can come get it yourself. He literally did that in a video. I was like, oh my goodness. And right in the Decline Now group, and I did not even know this was him posting his own video. I thought this was some random moron posting some other random moron's video. So I just flat out said right on the Facebook comments in Decline Now, I said, idiots like these are why people aren't tipping in the first place. And then he cussed me out. Oh. So I've had zero respect for this guy right from the start, and I don't care if he sees me saying this. So when he started doing the confronting no tip customers, I've only seen like one or two of those videos, and I'm like, yeah, this does not surprise me at all. But and I do realize that he wasn't like a big jerkhole about it. He's kind of polite. He's like Pedro's saying, he's not they're trying to tip him cash and he's not accepting it and everything. I mean, he's not like really up in their face demanding a tip. Or I realize that, and I realize he puts disclaimers in his videos, however he does it, because I don't watch him. However he does it, saying, don't do this, I don't recommend you do this, you will get deactivated. And yeah, my concern again is for the perception that he's leaving in the customer base as a whole. Because if you look at like the comments on at least his Facebook, and I imagine his TikTok, his Instagram, whatever, the customers are saying, bleep your tips. This is why don't you get a real job? You know the drill.
Oh yeah.
I really think, if there were more people like us, get going viral for good customer service, that we wouldn't be having all these people, like, this is why I don't use the apps. Y'all are so entitled. Y'all should be going after your employer. And for the millionth time, they're not our employer. But at the same time,
Yes.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
But yeah, but you saw how I spelled Trader's name in that comment.
Yes.
That was on purpose.
You are hilarious, man. You look. I got the humor in every. That is what I like to look. I was like, come on, man, hold up now.
Yeah.
Like that?
Yeah.
I said like that?
Yeah, my thing is, he wants to claim, I'm helping the Dashers by educating the customers. I'm like, there's plenty of other ways to do that. Like, do you know where he's at exactly? I can't remember for sure. Like the state or anything.
He is South Dakota. The New York Post. The New York Post did when they did the article on him. Said he's in this like South Dakota, somewhere, over there.
Okay, so yeah, here's my if he's helping any Dashers, they are all in South Dakota. Know what I'm saying? You feel me? Because if you're educating a couple of no-tip customers in your market in South Dakota, and in the process pissing off thousands more across the internet, how does that help me in West Texas? You get what I'm saying? You want to again, I don't think it actually works. I don't think most of the people he confronted are actually going to be tipping next time, but assuming they are, if that actually works, come down to my market, then we'll talk.
Yeah,
But
you can't.
but if anybody else in Midland, Texas knows who you are, I don't think you have convinced them to tip. No, you feel me? Yeah.
I know exactly where you are. That's crazy. I have to drive through Odessa and Midland. I have to drive through there because I was driving to Fort Worth, and I had to go through Odessa and Midland. And I know for a fact, I know exactly where you're saying, because we have to drive up the highway a long way before we got to get something to eat, and it was like a Love's or a one of them truck stops, and you know what I mean? Because I was tired of seeing Laredo tacos all over the place, and we were driving through. I know exactly where you are. That's spread out.
How long ago? How long ago were you here?
Oh, that was a couple years ago, man, and that's spread out, and
Yeah,
like you can't do that stuff over where you are. That doesn't work. But that's why I talked about the copycats. You get copycats who don't even. You're not even anywhere near. I mean, you are thousands of miles away from this, where this person's doing it, and you think that is what you got here. That's crazy there. And I want to ask you this because you've obviously seen a few videos, and hopefully you see a whole lot more. You'll see more interactions where I have a lot of people saying you're watching Hot Facts with Robert Reese, and you'll see me doing different stuff. If you type of Kia Car Pros, you'll see me ringing the bell in the auto dealership.
yeah, I just saw that.
Type of Raising Canes, Moreno Valley out here. You'll see I did the grand opening for the Raising Canes. Things like that help you when you're picking up from these places. Now, from the videos that you've seen, I would like to know myself, what video did you see that made you go ahead and check me out? And what made you say, hey, man, this dude is A-okay?
Okay, I can't remember for sure if I've seen any of your videos before today. If I did, one or two, and I wouldn't remember which ones, but yeah, the one I commented on today I thought was like really spot on, because I'm the video I just made, I'm like following this whole debate and everything, and I've been wanting to put my 2 cents out there for a little while. I actually recorded that skit a couple of weeks ago, and I actually the thud you hear after I'm finished jumping is my phone flying out of my pocket, and I actually cracked the screen a little bit doing that. And
hey,
since
it's cracked for something good, because I enjoyed it.
Hey, while I'm here, oh man, because you'll get a kick out of this too. Right in the script for that, I don't know how I totally forgot the best part until like 3 seconds after I did it, but I was supposed to blow my nose on that sandwich before I smushed it. So I jump on that sandwich, and my phone flies out of my hoodie pocket, and I look at that, and it's cracked up, and I'm like, oh crap! And that'll be in the blooper reel at the end of the year. You'll see that,
because that's the van part of the clip. Yeah, that's the van part.
Yeah, but I can't. But after that, I was like, "Oh crap! I didn't blow my nose on the sandwich. Why did I forget that part?"
But you had all the phrases. You had miserable. You had clowns. You had all.
Peace.
Yeah. You had. Do that again. You sound just like him. Do that again.
Peace. Only non-tippers get mad.
You are like Jim Carrey, man. You are hilarious.
Oh yeah,
you look like Tony Romo.
I haven't seen a whole lot of Jim Carrey. I haven't seen a whole lot of Jim Carrey films, but I absolutely love his style. I mean, people have said Jim Carrey's irreplaceable. I think I could do a mean Jim Carrey replacement. I love go. Wow!
Hilarious. Dude, it's hilarious. You are hilarious.
I'm kicking my bleep. Do you mind?
How many takes did it take you to get it done? Oh, what happened? Did he go offline? What happened? This dude is hilarious, people. You cannot make this up. Oh, here he is. Here he is. How many?
Am I back? Okay, I shouldn't have done that. That was stupid.
No, you're all right. How many takes did it take? How many takes? Because I try to pride myself on one take. I'll do 2 takes at the most, because I have a gift to where I can get up and wing. You know what I mean? I can put it all in my head and just wing, and it comes out. It comes out. I couldn't write a script and follow the script, is what I'm saying. I will follow the script and break the script. How many takes did it take you to do it? And to edit the takes with the edit, Yeah, let's go ahead and get into that.
Yeah, it just depends. I get kind of tongue-tied sometimes, and I'm still not very comfortable in front of camera yet, new YouTubers. But so every line could have any number of takes, even in a ride-along, like unscripted, I'm trying to say something, and either my phone will start talking to me, or or I'll just trip over my words or trip over my wisdom teeth. I'm 26.
You're 26. Okay, you know what? Because I was about to ask you, when you did the Dashing Trader voice, when you were trying to reenact and do the voice of someone that was trying to do the thing, right? There is a wrestler back in the day, and I'm 40 years old now, and it's in the Attitude Era of the WWE, and his name is the Hurricane, right? Shane Helms is the Hurricane, and you sound exactly like him when he's talking to The Rock and making fun of The Rock. So that's why I asked you, how old are you? Because now this is what you're going to do now, and I know you'll probably look it up. Type up, when you get off of this, type up the Hurricane funny segment with The Rock, and you're going to see exactly what I'm talking about. You are spot on. Man, you are spot on his. Wow. Do you know who Adam Sandler is?
I've heard the name. I don't. I honestly don't know a lot of entertainers, wrestlers, or anything. I don't follow a whole lot of that.
Adam Sandler he's a comedian, and he's an actor, right? And I want you to type up Adam Sandler, Billy Madison. You sound. Oh my goodness! You don't even know how good you are at doing that. See, no, you really did a good job. I'm serious. Nice. You did a really good job, and I was like, well, this dude is like, okay, you know how you'll watch like political humor, but someone is really like funny, like let's say Robin. You see, I can't say Robin Williams. You're too young. You have the right humor and the intelligence to know how to pull it off and put it in the right way. That's a skill set that a lot of people don't have. And I think that the more videos that you're going to be doing, if you are going to be improvising and doing things like that, I cannot wait to see which ones are coming out. That's why I said I will put them up here and showcase them. You have a talent and a skill. And I think that you've been out since 2022. You said what month did you start?
November.
Okay, so you have 400 subs from November until now. So you are moving at a very fast pace. When I was in 90 days, I had 383 subs. So you are moving at the pace I was moving at when I first came in, which is not bad. That's why I'm telling you this. The pace you're on is really good. Anything you put out, I'm gonna tag you in. I'm gonna put your stuff up here on HotFacts. I got a bad rap because I am who I am, and I speak for the customers. But they really don't like how I utilize the short videos to really put more videos about the gig world out there. Because my 3 million and some views, they don't consider them views because they come from shorts. And I'm like, well, the quickest way to get someone's attention is to hit them right in the face. So that's what I do. And they like to watch me live. They never know what's going to come out my mouth. you know, all the music and everything is all Team Hot Facts. So they like to watch the lives and they like to watch the shorts. And then I just fill them in with little videos to just put them up with things. And since I did that, it's been all right. About to hit 11,000 subs.
Oh, yeah.
I can't complain about that. Took me 1 year to get here. Can't complain about that. So I know for a fact, you in these next few videos that you are about to do, I cannot wait. I think you have more voices that you can actually do.
Robert, you have no idea what you're in for, buddy.
Oh man, you got. Have you seen Grandma's Boy?
I've not.
All right. Have you seen? All right. Dang. All right. If you've seen Grandma's Boy, you will know who JP is. All right. See, man. Dang, you got talent, man. You got talent. Now,
thanks. I really appreciate it, man.
What makes you like Hot Facts, though? What made you say that, like, it's pretty cool over here? What made you like Hot Facts?
Okay. Yeah, like I said, it's basically today that I've like discovered you. I mean, I've known about you, and I've known that there's this guy named Hot Facts with Robert Reese. But what I'm appreciating is like you said, like speaking for the customers, you know. Because again, I do believe you treat them right, they'll come back. You know, that your customer service plays a huge role in how much they're going to tip the next driver, et cetera, et cetera. I really appreciate that that mindset, and I don't think there's enough of it, honestly. I'm glad Pedro is moving to the more positive side. That's a plus. And there's people in his live streams every week on like both sides of this whole thing. There's people for and against Trader. I mean, mostly for, of course, but and there's you know, there's positive, there's negative, and there's but you know, the only thing the complaining is going to do is going to take a few years off your life, you know. And yeah, honestly, I'm seeing like whenever I see the attitude in general, you know, it's an encouragement, because it's not the majority. You know, you click anything random, you know, it's DoorDash sucks, DoorDash this, DoorDash that, the customer's this, the customer's that, you know. But there's some rising. Like I think you're subscribed to Joe Easy Deliveries, are you?
Joe Easy, yes, I am.
Yes.
Joe Easy, and I watch him on. He's on the other platforms also. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he gets busy on the other platforms.
Yeah, I really appreciate him and that attitude, and anybody else who, I mean, even, you know, Welty, shout out, my boy. He'll support Trader, and I don't agree with him for that. I think he's just trying to make up for the support that Trader shows him. I mean, it is what it is. I support Welty for his religious and political outspokenness and stuff like that, and I think he's a cool kid overall. Anyway, but yeah, and he and I mutually support each other and everything. So, but I like Welty's outlook on it. He's not one to bash the companies or the customers. He's not like unassign that part of the stack kind of attitude or anything. You know, he just does it, just gets it done, just wants to be out there, give people a good laugh, you know.
Right. I'm going to share this with the people out there. I'm going to share the screen really quick. People, I want you guys to know that if you type up Super Bowl delivery tips from 14 hours ago, as far as the SEO, I have the #1 video up there that's giving the best tips. And if you go on Google, type up Super Bowl delivery tips, Hot Facts with Robert Reese is the #1 video up there. And the only other video up there is from Bentley Coop from 6 days ago, and that is 1, 2, 3, 4 videos down below mine. So the SEO took part of my video. They like the thumbnail and they like the information. And for those of you who don't know, the SEO is the search engine optimization. So whoever types up Super Bowl and delivery or tips, you're going to see Hot Facts video as the #1 video that pops up. So I just wanted to go ahead and do that. Now, while you're here, I want to share with you a video that back in February, right? Snoop Dogg orders from DoorDash, and the delivery driver, it was Uber Eats. The delivery driver said that he wasn't. It was not a safe delivery place, but we'll break that down because he was actually in a recording studio in the industrial part where you have offices there. So I'm going to play the actual news clip, and I want to get your reaction off of this because I want to hear what you feel the driver could have did and what Snoop could have did, because I like your brain and how it works. Let me go ahead and share this.
All right, and I've never seen this, so here we go.
Snap your W-2 and file Fed and State for
TurboTax.
tax returns only. See if you qualify.
T-Mobile. Ads.
Only on KCAL 9, Snoop Dogg apparently got annoyed after using Uber Eats recently, but what he did next has the driver furious. He says the dispute has cost him a lot, including his job. KCAL 9's Leslie Marin is live in Manhattan Beach with the story you won't see anywhere else. Leslie.
Pat, well, it was a video that is still posted up there on Snoop Dogg's Instagram tonight. Now, this driver says he's so mad he plans to hire a lawyer and possibly file a lawsuit against Snoop Dogg because he believes some of his private information was shown to millions.
Can Uber Eats didn't bring my food? Come on, here, ride.
In an Instagram video posted last month, rapper Snoop Dogg complains about an Uber Eats order he never received.
Can Uber Eats didn't bring my food? Come on, here, ride. This is not a safe place. You punk motherfucker. My food, got all my goddamn money, punk.
The video has more than 4 million views and 12,000 comments. And although it only lasts 11 seconds, it had a major impact on this guy, the Uber Eats driver who was trying to make that delivery.
There's my picture there, and also there is a first name.
Said, who didn't want to use his last name, believes the rapper may have compromised his safety by posting the video to his millions of followers because it shows his name, photo, and license plate number.
After I see the video, I'm kind of like, I have like a high anxiety, and I fear for my family safety.
Said said he had no idea he was delivering to Snoop Dogg back on January 27th when he was sent to an industrial area in Inglewood. He said he followed Uber's protocol to wait 8 minutes before canceling the order.
I contact the customer many times, and I follow the protocol by the book.
Following the incident, Uber put out this statement saying, "We truly regret Snoop Dogg's frustrating experience. We have reached out to apologize and refunded him for the order." But Zaid feels the company never did anything to protect him.
When I read that, I just felt it's not fair because I am the one deserved an apology from the Uber Eats, not the Snoop.
Said says since the video was posted, he hasn't gone back to working for Uber Eats, his only job. He says he wasn't on social media before and feels like he was thrusted into a spotlight he didn't ask for.
But I have to fight for my rights and my family rights. I just feel like I'm not treated well from this celebrity and also from Uber Eats.
Uber Eats says it tries to protect its drivers in a few different ways. It says it uses anonymous phone numbers when drivers are communicating with customers. They also say that they don't use the last name of drivers, but that they do use license plates so that the customer will know they are getting the correct order. Reporting live, Leslie Marin, KCAL 9.
All right, now, what do you feel? Well, I'll go ahead and jump in first, and then I'll let you go ahead and continue to dissect that a little bit. Mm-hmm. Snoop was in an industrial area where that's where the music studios are. They're inside the industrial complexes. So when they're telling him to come up and leave it at the place, they know to come downstairs and pick it up from the door because they don't want no one to come into the studio. This driver does not understand that, and he said it's not a safe place. It's not a safe place because he's in Inglewood, and that's what he feels. But follow the directions and leave it there. You know what I mean? Don't try to wait. And obviously, students like, where's the food? Because it wasn't a meet at door. The dude felt like he didn't want to leave it outside because he didn't think it was safe. So that whole thing, and then I feel that he says, well, Snoop shouldn't have got the apology. I tell people this all the time. This is what customer service is. You never know who you're going to be delivering to. It doesn't say Snoop Dogg. It probably was one of his assistants who ordered. It didn't even say Calvin Brodus. So you don't even know his name anyway. He wouldn't even know who it was anyway. So I know he doesn't know his real name. So with that being said, that doesn't matter at all. Just follow the directions and drop it off. Now he says he should have got an apology from Uber. Uber has felt like, no, this is a high client right here. Like, you don't know how much they order from their recording sessions. He could be ordering for the whole band, everybody else. You know, you don't know who he's ordering for. But this is where the dashing trader and the van and all the no tip, no trip comes into play. When you do things like this, it can backfire on you. It can backfire on you in a huge way. What do you feel about that video there?
Okay, yeah, okay, I'm glad you went first because it kind of clarified a couple things for me. Because I was thinking, I can't think of anything I would do differently than that driver. But yeah, I wasn't. I guess I missed the part where he was like refusing to follow through with the delivery instructions or whatnot. Kind of torn on that, honestly, because if he's like, it's not a safe place, with the stories we've heard and everything, like, and all the new safety updates that DoorDash is trying to implement and everything, I don't feel like you should really force a driver to carry out an order he doesn't feel is safe to deliver.
But should that happen before you even accept the order or once you get there? Because the industrial parks that we have here, that's normally where you're going to see, you're going to see like metal shops and all these other, and there's different buildings there. And they're not torn down, broken buildings. It's literally right there where the Rams State Stadium is.
Yeah, you should have some
recording people. That's where they have their studios, and they're all there. So he had a feeling when he got there, not before he accepted it.
Now, if you have a feeling when you get there, I would say you'd have to have like a kind of a legit reason. But if the customer is starting to ask you to do something shady, or there's so many variables. It's hard for me to put myself in these guys' shoes with this order. It sounds like, I guess, the way you're making it sound like maybe
it's a tough one, huh? It's a tough one. It's a tough one because he could have, my whole thing is, where was the communication? Now, this is where I tell people, you can text all you want. Just call so they can hear your voice so you can actually speak to them. The texting thing, sometimes people are not by their phones and it takes time to get back to the text. And then you have a timer on when you're texting. Because once you send one text, that timer starts. You see what I mean? And
yeah,
go ahead.
I recently heard, Zach Drives Fast say about all these college kids, they're on their phones 24/7, except when they're delivering food.
No, that's right. No, that is right.
I can't stand that guy either, but but I'm like, yeah, like almost every time I text or call a customer, there's no response, and sometimes in hindsight I'm like, okay, maybe I maybe I should have called when I texted, or vice versa. You know.
Are you a Diamond driver?
Like Uber Diamond?
Oh, Uber or on DoorDash?
DoorDash, I'm a top dasher.
Okay, you're a top dasher.
My current acceptance rate is in the 20s though. Now Uber Diamond, that depends on whether you're asking Uber or Branch, because Branch still thinks I'm platinum. I've called them 3 times about it, and they're still working on it.
Oh wow! All right. Well,
anyway,
because the reason why I said that because I did a video long time ago when I broke down from the customer side on Uber Eats and on the apps. I broke down like on Uber Eats, the customers have the same ratings as the drivers, as far as the Pro, the Gold, the Platinum, and the Diamond. So when you're a Diamond driver, you're normally going to get the highest rated customer, and those customers normally react to their phone. The ones that are down in the Pro and the Gold, those are the ones that you really can't get a hold of. And that's why the ratings count, because the ratings will have you able to contact someone who you're supposed to get in contact with. And that's something that the people got to understand also.
Yeah.
However you are rated, you're going to get equivalent to that as far as what they think. And it's hard to get in contact with some of these people. You know what I mean?
Yeah, this is my first month on Uber Diamond. And I was, I think, I'm sorry, checking my DoorDash ratings right now. 4.76 customer rating. Embarrassing that it went down from there from like 4.8 something or whatnot. But there's 3 on followed delivery instructions. There's 18 thumbs up and there's 3 thumbs down. I'm sorry, 3 people fell on their heads or something. Under communication, there's 10 thumbs up and 1 thumbs down.
You're on DoorDash.
Yes, I'm on DoorDash right now. I'm wondering if my rating went down on this one order. I actually have it in one of my recent ride-alongs. I forget which one, but a customer ordered 2 pot pies and 2 pieces of chicken from KFC. Now, on this menu, I thought, this must be 2 chicken meals or 2 chicken buckets or something. It was 2 chicken pieces. So the bulk of her meal was the pot pies. And they were out of pot pies. So I texted her and said they're out of pot pies. And you can, you'll know it when you see it. It was, I waited like 20 minutes or 15 minutes or something like that for KFC to just make the order when they were waiting for me to give them her answer. I had already told them just make the rest of the order. But yeah, so she just got 2 chicken pieces and not her pot pies. And then she called me as I'm on my next delivery. I'm like, did you
took it out on you, huh? Took it out on you.
Yeah, I mean, she wasn't like furious.
That's
but,
the only downfall with being a delivery driver is the people think you actually work for the place that you are picking up from. That is one of our biggest. We cannot change the mind of the people that order. Any mistake that happens, people, it's not our fault.
Exactly.
They think it's us. That's part of the territory, people. And it's crazy how it is.
Another story, you can see this in my 100 orders in a row challenge series. When I'm assuming you haven't seen that yet, or
no, not yet. No.
Okay, yeah, check those out. But I had this Outback customer who ordered directly through Outback's website and not DoorDash, and no tipper. I was doing the earn by time.
There's no tip on those. If they order specifically from the actual, the restaurant, there's no tip. And
I'm gonna include that in my.
They don't have the tip thing is not there on the actual website. It's only
Exactly.
there on the delivery app side. There's no tip on that side. It's
Exactly.
straight-
That's another reason not to just broad brush everybody as clowns, because, you know, like I was saying in that video, and I'll have this in my upcoming why they don't tip video, you know, what if the option is literally not there? You're going to tell me that they don't deserve because they literally didn't have the option. But anyway, this person was a clown, however. She texted me while I'm like halfway to her destination and told me to please make sure everything is correct on the order. Now, on the DoorDash app, because she ordered through Outback, it was showing me unknown number of items. Know what I'm saying? So I can't actually.
I know exactly what you mean. You go to 7-Eleven and you go pick up. If they order from DoorDash, you can see what the item list is. If they order from the 7-Eleven website, it just gives you a reference number, and that's it.
Yep. So I could not compare the what I saw in the DoorDash app to what was in that bag. You know, now I don't know if Outback in your area seals the bags in any way. Mine doesn't. So I could take a peek in there and kind of get a general idea, but I'm not gonna. I can't tell if your steak is well done or not.
Right.
Anyway. So I take.
Don't blame it on the driver though.
The
steak cooked right. It's the driver's fault.
Exactly. Because they think they work. But oh man, you're gonna see my texting with this woman in the video where she's so the drink was missing. Now, if I had like been 20-star driver and actually read the receipt that was taped to, maybe I could have caught it, but they, you know, this is on Outback. They hand me the bag, and I'm like, and you know, these merchants, they're gonna get pissed if you ask them, is that everything? Yeah, that's everything. Because like I worked at Chick-fil-A. I've dealt with these DoorDash drivers. You know, I'm 20 orders off screen, and these entitled drivers, you know, they got to go first. You know, they gotta DoorDash. Hello, DoorDash. Okay, here's your wait. Give me a second, man. I have all these orders. You weren't here first. You know, I finally give them their order. No drinks. Hello, no drinks. You've got the app. You tell me whether there's no drinks or not. Anyway, I like to vent. Anyway, this customer, I told her, okay, so everything else looks good. They did not give me the drink. And she says she would be willing to tip if I went back and got it. I'm already 5 miles away from Outback at this point. Excuse me. And like 2 miles away from her drop off, whatever it was. And I'm like, excuse me. Okay, maybe I can to go back or not to go back, because you know I've gone the extra mile and gotten some good tips before. I'm like, okay, how much are you willing to tip? Because I'm already this far away from. And she just responded, it shouldn't matter how much. It's your job. Like, yeah. So, no. So she didn't want to give me full tip transparency, so I decided to decline her offer. You know, so I just dropped it off to her, and funny, she told me not to leave it on the floor. I'm like, okay, you want me rummaging through your bag, but not to leave it on the floor. But so I hand it to the customer, and you're gonna like how I edited the video. I handed it to her, and she's like, oh, you got a whole body cam, but you can't check the order.
Now you're gonna see when you watch my videos, I have a thing to where I do not like to leave the food on the floor itself. Like if I get the McDonald's order and their door has a doorknob, I leave it on the doorknob. If there's not a little chair or something else there, I leave it on the doorknob so it's not on the floor itself. If if I pick up, the Chinese food in the white plastic bag, I put it around the door handle so it's never on the floor, because I have gotten a tip taken away. Now, the order was supposed to be $15, right? $15 order was on Uber Eats. So I drive, do everything. It's a leave it door, and I left it right by their door. It's not my fault you got 18,000 spider webs that's sitting down by your floor. And that's not my job to do that. So I set it on the floor. They said, how come you didn't sit it inside the flower pot? How am I supposed to know to set it inside the flower pot? So all I got paid was $6 and did not get the tip because they took it out because I did not put it inside the flower pot. It was not in the notes. It was not there. And your doorknob was not a doorknob. It was, like they have to unlock it from the inside to open.
Mm-hmm.
So I can't put it in anywhere. Now, the flower pot that was sitting there, it's got a whole bunch of cobwebs on that thing. I'm not about to so I put it to where I thought, it's at least away from the spider webs. And so, but they wanted it inside the flower pot and they took away my money there. So I said, you know what? I'm not putting food on the floor ever because I know that's a way for people to try to take away your stuff. My job is to make them find a way to take away the tip. I'm gonna do everything the right way so they cannot take it away. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
I do the cat and mouse game like that. I learned my lesson too many times, man. I cannot repeat those same mistakes. And
interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
now
figure out the people though. Yeah.
If there's a chair there, I'll leave it on the chair or a table or whatnot. Hanging it on the doorknob, that sounds kind of iffy. Like if it's like a big old Outback or McDonald's bag, I feel like that could fall off when you open the door.
Now, McDonald's bag, here's how you tell if you leave it on the doorknob. If they give you the bag and you see where the yellow arches are, if you see that bag tear, dude, you cannot put it on the doorknob.
Right.
Because that means they have drinks in there and it's heavier. So I normally look for a table or a chair, or if they have like sometimes like we have people that have cinder blocks that sit next to their door, so I'll set it on like that. But if it's light enough to where if it's like they order like 2 things of fries, like 2 cheeseburgers or something else like that that's light, then obviously you have to check by the weight. You just don't want to just put it there. But I look and see. But if it's light enough, I set it right on that thing. And you'll see in my videos, and be like, oh, he actually does that because I've had my tips taken away because, they don't put there in the notes. And then they say, why'd you leave it there? Well, that was the best place for me to leave it.
Yeah, I do try to leave it in like the best spot possible. There are a lot of places that just simply don't have any other option than to like leave it on the ground. And I've never gotten a complaint or a remove tip so far for that. I mean, if it's a leave it door. Say what?
Have you ever got someone say their food was wet? But all right, now check this out.
Now it doesn't rain here. It hardly ever rains here. There's now, like I said, I try to keep it in like the cleanest spot I can. I did learn the hard way not to put it in front of screen doors. I had to learn that one the hard way, obviously. But
we have rain here, and what happened was we have some people in their front door. Some people have, where the roof will come on out, and there might be a little awning or something there that covers the porch. We have some houses here where there's nothing. And if it's raining outside, there's nothing that's blocking the rain from coming down. And then they get mad and complain that their food was wet.
Yeah, it doesn't.
And it's a leave it door.
Yeah, it hardly ever rains here. Glad we're having this conversation. Like maybe if, most areas in most spots in my area would have awnings. I mean, I can think of a couple like trailers or whatnot way out there that wouldn't. But that may be a good tell me what you do, but it could it may be a good time to like call the customer and ask, hey, do you still want me to leave this at your door?
That's what I do now. That's what I do after that one time. Never again. I always tell them it's raining outside. You have leave it door. Do you want me to leave it and get wet, or do you want to pick it up out of my hand? That's what I ask them. That's the exact thing that I have it as an auto set, that when it's raining and I see it, I just push that. And I ask them, it's raining. I tell them it's raining outside. Do you want me to leave it on the floor so we can get wet, or do you want to meet me at the door? That's my text to them, so that they know, like, okay, if we don't pay attention to this is all on us. And then when it goes wet, if they try, I normally call Uber or whatever it is to support, and I let them know exactly what happened on the order that I just did. And then they'll say if they report anything, we will take it away as long as you have a picture there. And then that's what I do.
Yeah, down here you're a lot more likely to find a quarter on the ground than you are to see rain, but it happens every once in a while. So yeah, I'll definitely have a dashing in the rain video whenever I can.
So when's your next video coming out? When's the next one coming out?
Okay, I'm really still trying to, for one thing, get out of bed earlier. And now, yeah, this week I've got a lot of. I booked a little bit too much, bit off a little more than I can chew, but it is what it is. So I'll see. I'll be. I've got my Super Bowl ride along that I hopefully will have finished up tomorrow. It always takes me longer to edit than I expect it to, but I'm trying to drop a video every week, 1 or 2 a week. But I don't really have a set schedule for it exactly yet. I'm still trying to. I hate how disorganized I am. At the same time, I have a very hard time fitting into any specific routine. It just never seems to work out. I'm working on it. I have like a game plan for my days that I'm trying to implement and everything, like edit videos during the slower times on these days or whatnot, and everything and I've got like tons of video ideas written out, and I've got like a page on my wall out in the dining room taped up to the wall, like, these are the videos that you're doing next, like, check these off, so yeah, next video will be the Super Bowl ride along, and hopefully tomorrow, and I'll probably have a Valentine's Day ride along as well. And then on Wednesday, just because I scheduled something, I have to film this on Wednesday. It'll be another really funny impressions video that I'm not about to spoil for you. It'll probably be a while before that's out because I gotta film it now, but I've got another one coming out before that one. So, but when these come out, you're gonna love them, man.
See, I can't do it like you. I can't do it like that. If I spend I have one video that I have not put out, that I've been waiting to put out, and I have not put it out. But for the most part, I have presets in my studio. So for my introductions and all the other stuff, I already have them there. And if I've already uploaded the videos on all the platforms that I need, I'll just go right back into that template and into that preset. I'll take the main frame of the video out and then insert the next ones I got to do. So I got to go ahead and do all the other stuff. And that's how I think I got right now over 1,700 videos in a year. Nice. So how I did it was, my ride-alongs, instead of doing one ride-along, I would do it in how I did my shift. My morning shift was my morning video. Then I can do the lunch shift video. Then I can do another video for the dinner video. And then within those 3 shifts, I can get at least 3 to 4 shorts in between each one. So it was kind of like 13 videos a day.
Cool.
People are like, how the hell did you do that? I can't. They think I'm super organized. No, I'm not. I just do it and I have it preset. Now, doing it how you do it, I would be backlogged. I would be backlogged myself because I would be trying to go do this, then go do that. I wouldn't be able to do that. And this is the best thing about being a content creator. Everyone does it different. You know what I mean?
Right.
Everyone has their style, how they do their thing, and
And I've picked up my style a lot from more finance and nugs, basically. were my two biggest influences for style.
Oh yeah, I said you are. I said you are the smart nugs. That's what.
No, Nugs is smart.
I'm not saying Nugs is not. All right. So all right. When I say
Yeah,
this,
I'm a clean Nugs. I'm a clean Nugs.
HotFacts is going off on Nugs. No. What I'm talking about is the humor that Nugs has. It's funny to, let's say, only a certain type of crowd. The humor that you display with the reenacting and all of that, and then how you can switch it, like it is ridiculous. This, like, if you ask any comedian what makes a comedian the best, it's when they're smart. It's when they're smart and they can do things. Like, that's why I said you're the smart Nugs, because you can actually go into a different realm that's different from him, to where you have your own lane. You see? Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
And I can
see I like
there too. Yeah.
Yeah. I take inspiration from Nugs humor when it's not dirty, you know. But I just I'm trying to do this more often, where he just drops, you know, where he's just talking and then he just something just random he drops and still keeps a straight face. Something he says is just boom, like that.
Right.
I love that. You know, and there's also the part of me that's more Jim Carrey, like, just want to be spontaneous, you know. But I mean, of course, he's him, you're you, and I'm me. But I love laughing, and I love making people laugh, and I don't think you need to be saying 2 in the pink, 1 in the stink to make people laugh, you know.
Yeah.
But when Nugs is clean, I love him. When he's like, when he's doing the challenge video. I don't know if you've seen where he's trying to take one order from each restaurant in his town in a single day.
I'm about to play your video again. The first part. I'm gonna play the reenaction part. It is hilarious. Okay, people. Yeah. I gotta play it. I have to play it again.
I'm glad you love this, man. I cracked my phone for this.
All right, people. You know, I started the show with this. I want you guys to watch this. There is gonna be some Van. There's gonna be some Dash and Trader. There's gonna be some Pedro language and everything else. Just watch this. This is one of the funniest things I have seen, but this is how the customers view it. So I want you guys to take a look at this. That's why it's so funny.
Yeah, that was my point.
You got anything to say about it? Go ahead.
Yeah, that was my point. You know, just try to visualize, put a visualization. I'm trying to align my fingers to the screen. You know, try to visualize for people. You know, what how ridiculous it is to expect. And of course, I hype it up for the clout. You know, I exaggerate it. You know, 50 miles, etc. But my point in this is to show, you know, how ridiculous it is to think that this behavior is actually going to convince people to tip.
But the funniest part about that is your exaggeration is not an exaggeration, because we actually run up on someone. That's what makes it so funny.
Yeah, it takes Trader, it takes Van, and it takes all their comment sections and kind of morphs it all together. And I'm not trying to impersonate like any one of them, and I'm not specifically even going after Pedro in this, but I'm just trying to like make my own kind of morph combo character. This, if you see the name tag Dumb Dasher, and you'll definitely be seeing him more in the future. If I want to add my cast of characters to my channel.
You're good. Okay, let me tell you about my alter ego. Okay, now, I have an alter ego. First of all, people, I gotta put us up right here when I talk about my alter ego. I gotta put us up here. I'm gonna put the screen back. All right, so I have someone that if there is something that's going to make me get upset with the customer, or I don't want to do it, right? There's someone that comes in and saves the day. His name is the Lone Ranger. I am the Lone Ranger, y'all. And now I'm here to serve some food justice. That's his line. And whenever I can't control when he comes out. He comes out whenever he wants, and when he comes out, I cannot do anything negative. He makes me, but then he takes over. He actually does the whole delivery. He actually does, the Lone Ranger does the delivery, not Hot Facts with Robert Reese. Then when the delivery is done, he allows me to come back to be Robert, because the Lone Ranger had to serve that food justice, y'all. That's what he does. And he comes out whenever, that's my alter ego there. And he saves the day. When he saves the day, he saves the day. The Lone Ranger, I can't control it, cannot do it. He comes out whenever he wants. And he's been in maybe about, Lone Ranger's probably been in about 120 videos or something, where he's had to come on out and save the day.
Can't wait.
Yeah. He makes, the Lone Ranger makes sure you get your tips.
Cool. Yeah, this Dumb Dasher guy, he's one of many characters I have planned, but this is the guy, this is kind of the white gangsta guy, the random crackhead Dasher who just the entitled guy, you know, the
you got a white gangster? You got a white gangster?
That's this guy, Dumb Dasher, that's who he is. But yeah, if you look at how I dress, yeah, it's gonna be like the exact same uniform every time he shows up.
You have a voice for him yet? Don't do it. Don't do the voice yet, because I want to see the video.
No, this is I'm talking about the guy in this video you're about to show.
That guy. That's the That's the Adam Sandler dude. Okay, yeah. Okay,
yeah. It's always gonna have the same orange Gap hoodie as long as that thing stays up. If you look at, like, I have like one pant leg tucked into one sock. I think I have. Do I?
They're about to see it right now. Let me hit play so they can see.
Yeah.
This is hilarious.
Yeah. But the backwards cap, the sunglasses, the one sleeve kind of rolled up thing, But yeah, you'll see. But yeah, I tried to kind of make him look sloppy and everything. Play that back again. Play that knock back again.
All right, man. You got me my chicken Sammy's. What's that you're doing with your hand, bro? You got cramps or something? Where's my tip? Do what? I said, where is my tip? You know, man, as in TIP, as in to ensure progress. Oh, yes. Well, dude, I'm sorry. This order cost me like $50, and that was like before all the delivery fees. What do I look like, fool, Mother Teresa? I just drove 50 miles for your chicken Sammy's. I'm running my car into the ground. It's literally half a mile from here, man. All four of my brand new tires are flat now. Your broke little britches can afford to use the service, but you can't afford to leave me a tip. Well, I'm sorry, man. That ain't my problem. Your job is to... man, check this out. Check this out. Look at this. No bull crap. Look at this. Look how much DoorDash be paying me for that order. $2.25. $2.25. You understand me? That means 2 green Georgies and 1 silver Georgie. That ain't enough to start my car. Calm down, bro. This is Texas, not California. Gas is only $3. Ah, so that's how we playing? Wait, what are you doing? Ooh, spicy. My favorite. Are you for real right now, dude? That is scrumptious, man. Bruh, you just ate my food over a tip? It's alright. You'll get over it, brother. You don't deserve it anyway. Later, clown. Hey, wait, man. What? You know what, man? You're absolutely right. I am so selfish. I really appreciate what you do. That was so stupid and inconsiderate of me not to tip. Here's a 20.
Dude, you shouldn't have, man. Oh.
Please forgive me. I won't ever not tip again. Thank you so much, man. I hope you enjoy your food.
Peace.
That is the van right there. Peace, and did the sound and everything. That is hilarious. Now, all right. The switching of the character when you're at the door, is that really you? Is that really you, or is that you playing you? Was that like how you are, or were you trying to play you, or play just a customer? Was that how you are there?
Yeah, the customer guy, that's not like a specific character. That's a little more like me when I'm like tame,
Okay.
Okay. But I mean, I think you can kind of still tell it's like a little bit poor speech, poor line delivery, but in my opinion, but I'm sure that'll get better.
Man, you are about to.
I mean, you can kind of tell. You can kind of tell it's scripted.
If that's not good, right? Look, man. Look, if that is not good, because there are people that you can tell them, hey, I want you to do a video and play different characters and edit it. It will not come out like that. Now, my daughter watches these videos where they play as one person and he plays like 5 characters at once. And then she watches, I call her the crazy girl because she looks weird and crazy. And she has like 8 personalities, but she's playing them all at one time. And you are about to start doing that in the gig world, and no one in the gig world does that. That is your own lane. That is your own niche, and no one's doing that. That is how you acquire your subscribers, because it's something that no one else is doing. If anyone copies that, you will be imitating, because you ain't good like this, and you are not good like this.
Man, I really appreciate it.
This is your own lane. I came in as I was going to create the first gig news channel, because there's not one. So I came in to really do the gig news, and I do the Hollywood gig news. I show the real stuff, like on the real news with that Snoop thing, and then I'll show the other stuff going on, and I title that Hollywood gig news, so people can see that there's a Hollywood version. That's the entertainment part. The boring part is what they don't like to watch, so I put that up anyway, because people like us, we got to hear about those stats, those numbers. They're firing 300 people over here in that area. I may have to deliver in that market, so I got to put that stuff up there too. But then we got the Hollywood side, and I know for a fact that you do these videos, I'm gonna have a comedic side. I'm gonna have Hollywood news, and then I'm going to have comedy news. And you do these videos, it's going to go up in the comedy news because it is hilarious. And then by it being up there, people are going to have to talk about it because it's funny as hell, because you're actually doing the things that actually happen. It's not like you're making up some random thing that will never happen to a driver. You know what I mean? It's the actual stuff that's going on. You might get a team under you. You might get a team under you and have someone else that you work with out there, and you got something good going. You got something good going.
Thanks,
now,
man. Hey, real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry. Real quick. I don't know. Have you seen any of my shorts?
Now, I was looking at some of those earlier, and as a matter of fact, let's do it like this.
React to one or two of my. Go to the one. Especially if you whether you've seen this or not, but I want to see your reaction to the second one that I posted on my channel. First one's just me showing off a TV as a Spark driver.
Okay, so I'm gonna put them up, and okay, I'm gonna go like this. I'm gonna go.
I think it's.
You want me to go in order or the most popular one?
No. In order of publication. The second one, it has
free pizza.
No, not the pizza. That's that's in reverse order.
All right, so I'll do it.
But yeah, scroll down. You see
The second one, DoorDash customer versus Dashers.
Yes, check out that.
Okay,
Yeah,
here
let
we
me see.
go.
Let me see your
Here we
reaction to that
go.
one. Yeah, is it? Yeah.
What? This place is crazy.
Man, I know this might be a bad time right now, but you owe me $32,000 in legal fees.
What? What? This place is crazy.
Man, I know this might be a bad time right now, but you owe me $32,000 in legal fees.
What? What? This place is crazy.
I'm gonna tell you this. The funniest thing about that is this right here. You owe me $32,000 in legal fees. People, you got to understand that when you do these deliveries and you put in a number and you like, man, this burger is only $6. Why does this burger cost $28? Well, people, there are hidden fees that you are paying. That dude was like, you owe me $32,000 in fees. That is what you guys are supposed to understand. That, look, man, sometimes you can go pick up your own food yourself because you probably live right around the corner. But you go get hit with $19,000 though. You go get hit with for a large fry and a soda. A large fry and a soda is gonna run you $25. Okay, people, that's what I mean. Things like that. That's the humor. That's the humor that people need to see. Because there's so much going on with the negativity and everything, I think this humor is going to be a pretty big jump into how people start looking at things. I mean, you have a good lane. You have a good lane. Don't stop it.
Yeah. With that one, I was trying to like capture, both sides of the equation right there, where the customers are like, "Why does this cost so much?" And then the Dashers are like, "Oh, you need to give me this massive tip." I don't know if you've seen like other like TikToks or Instagram reels using that same audio clip from Cars to to apply to real life situations, like how much people are overcharging you, and it may not be a good time right now, but you need to be paying up even more. I thought somehow I'm watching those one day, I'm like, that would apply perfectly to this situation right here. And
that's how you do your content. Like, you look at different things and figure out how you can put it to your community that you're in. I got a question for you, because I said this. What if DoorDash said there was no more base pay? It's pretty much like straight commission. You're only going to get paid from the service fees and everything else like that, and the customer tip. And they're only going to give the base pay to the highest rated drivers. What do you think if they took away? Because they can do something drastic if it continues to. They keep making mockeries of people, and DoorDash always has to apologize publicly. They can literally take away the base pay. What do you feel if they take away the base pay? Would drivers still drive, or do you think they'll just we just ain't doing DoorDash?
I think it would weed out a lot of the ungrateful drivers. And this may be slightly off topic, but another idea I had for like the future would be to kind of start a project, like once I've got a team, like a community built up, like kind of a thin the herd kind of project. Like try to I want to say this the right way,
No,
get rid of the bad drivers. Order DoorDash myself and report when people are eating my food.
Stop. I don't want it. Stop, because here's how it's gonna come out. You're on HotFacts. They're gonna try to twist what you're gonna say right now,
right?
And to try to make videos and say that you are doing that to try to put you in something negative that you are not doing it at all. I know exactly what you are talking about which is why I brought up that question to you. You know what I mean? So don't say it out loud, because you don't want no one to use any clips or anything else like that, because that's how they go and troll you and get you to slow your momentum down. Your momentum is you're actually at a higher pace than what I was when I came in at a higher rate. So don't slow that down. Don't give them anything that'll have them make people not want to go ahead and watch. You're gonna learn that it's how we phrase certain things. So I already know what you're saying. Don't say that publicly.
Yeah, that's why I was like, I want to try to say this right,
Yeah, no, keep it in your head, and that's for text message and things like that. When you speak to someone, everyone knows that when they speak with me, let's say off like on the phone or something, or in text message, I let them know that if this is something that, because I'm the news channel, so I let them know that I am a reporter also. So is this on the record or is it off the record? So if it's off the record, let me know it's off the record. So you know what I mean? So then you go ahead and do things like that. Don't even bring it up to someone, because then they'll try to just say this and that. That's where the professionalism has to come in to what you're doing. On the record, off the record. You don't want to give any of your ideas up. People will take them. No one's going to be able to take away your humor. That is hilarious. But there's certain things you want to, you know what I mean? You'll learn them. You'll learn them.
Oh, yeah.
But this is what I normally do. We're on for 2 hours and 30 minutes. We normally go at like the 2 hour mark is normally when I cut it down. I don't like to be on for 6, 7 hours, 5 hours. We don't do shows like that. So what I'm going to do with you is do what I do with everyone else. Before we leave the set, I give everyone final words. Your final words is a message you want to get out there to people before we end the show. So the floor is yours. Give the people your final words.
All right, definitely. Thank you for having me on. It was definitely a pleasant surprise that you took so kindly to my content so quickly, like that you find it this hilarious. I do think this is something that whereas as I'm making it is like, I'm putting a lot of work into it, but the lighting and the audio quality, but excuse me, it's taken off pretty good so far. I do appreciate the support and the encouraging words and everything. To the world out there, there's still gig drivers who care about the customers, and don't let the negative noise take you down. Be the change you want to see. If you want to create your own channel and express your own voice or whatever, definitely, because we need to fix the perception. We need to undo the damage that Trader and Mr. Chow and Megan Risman and all these others are doing, making us all look like entitled, spoiled brats. So let's just ditch that mentality, because I want to wage war on this fruitless war on the consumers. It's proven to get nowhere. It's unproductive. It's unfruitful, and it's only taking a few years off your life. So, if you want to check out my channel, I try to keep it real. My motto is loving almost every minute of it, because I'm a believer in enjoying whatever it is you do. And if you're a DoorDash driver and you hate it, you need to find something else. It's just that simple. You need to adapt or die, as Pedro would say. Either find a way to make it enjoyable, or find something that you can enjoy. But at the same time, there's always going to be days that suck. So I want to keep it optimistic, but also realistic. You'll see me kind of blow up on my channel, things really get under my skin, and I'll let it show. But overall, I love the opportunity that DoorDash has given me to leave the toxic W2 environment, and I hope for a smooth transition into self-employment and everything. William Ward said, a pessimist complains about the wind. An optimist expects it to change. A realist adjusts the sails.
Ooh.
Be a realist.
And I got you right here.
Oh,
I just
hashtag.
Put your link up now. No, I just put your link up now so that people can actually go ahead and go ahead and click on.
And don't forget the Facebook group. Hashtag decline and move on. Same mindset, same community. Just be aware the rules are very strict. 0 tolerance policy on the drama. You have to agree to the group rules if you want to join in. But if you're on Facebook and you want to be a part of this community, hashtag decline and move on is the name of the group.
It's the name of the group, so they can find you on Facebook. I just put up the link right now. I use my cell phone to put this up there. So it's up there. People, please click on the link. My man has 400 something subs since November. So his channel is moving at a fast pace. We do know that there are some people in the gig world that have been on for like 3 years and they only have like 300 subs. We had people that were in the gig world that had 176 subs and then they ended up being monetized because they went and bought all their subs. We have other people doing that stuff too. When someone is really doing it and the subs are moving at a pace like this is someone that you want to support as long as you see that they're doing something good. Make sure you click on the link. I just put it up. Do that, and you can find them over on Facebook. And go ahead and let them know, once again, they see your name there. Let them know your name here on YouTube, and let them know one more time the name of the group over on Facebook so that they will not forget.
My name is Benjamin. My channel name is Dasher Benj, and the Facebook group name is hashtag decline and move on.
Ooh, hashtag decline and move on. So people, we had a good one today. We had a great talk, and until next time, people. Now I'm gonna show you how we end the show. Here's how I end the show. We do that, and I tell people this: until the next caper. I hit him with that face every single time. I don't know why I do that. That's just what I do. And I let them know, people, we are out of here. You don't know who this guy is, but go type him up. We're out of here like Chuck Woolery and 2 and 2. Now, you all know what to do. Listen to my theme music. We're out of here.
Hot facts with Robert Reese. With Robert Reese. Come and get them hot facts with Robert Reese. Come and get them hot facts with Robert Reese. Come and get them hot facts with Robert Reese. Come and get them hot facts with Robert Reese.